Not everyone you call a friend is meant to stay in your life. Some people don't build you, they break you. They don't add peace, they steal it. And sometimes the most toxic people wear the friendliest faces. In this video, we're going to uncover the 5 types of people you should never be friends with, because your time, energy, and peace of mind are far too valuable. So stay with me until the end. This might just save you years of heartbreak and confusion. Let's start with the competitor. This person isn't trying to grow with you, they're trying to beat you. You got a promotion? They remind you they got theirs 2 years earlier. You bought a car? Suddenly they just happened to get a better one. Your happiness is their threat. Your success is their challenge. They'll never genuinely celebrate your wins. They might pretend to cheer, but deep down, they're waiting for you to fail, so they can feel better about themselves. Signs you're dealing with a competitor. They always have to one-up your stories. They give backhanded compliments. Their support feels more like subtle sabotage. This kind of friendship isn't based on love, it's based on ego. Let them go. Picture this. You excitedly tell your friend that you've started a side hustle. Instead of encouragement, they say, "Oh, I did that years ago, but it didn't work out. You'll probably get bored too." This isn't advice, it's a jab dressed in concern. Their need to stay above you is stronger than their desire to support you. In the long run, this dynamic chips away at your confidence. You start doubting your dreams just to keep the peace. But peace shouldn't come at the cost of your growth. Next up, the energy vampire. This person drains the life out of you. They always have drama, always need help, always have a crisis. But when you need support, they vanish. You become their unpaid therapist, their emotional dumping ground, their motivational speaker, every single day. And let me be clear, it's okay to support friends in hard times. But when it's always about them, when they never ask how you're doing, that's not a friendship. That's emotional labor. Red flags of the energy vampire. You feel exhausted after talking to them. They never listen, only talk. They only reach out when they need something. Don't sacrifice your mental health for someone who treats your kindness like a free service. Protect your peace. You just got home from a long day. You're mentally drained, physically exhausted. Then your phone lights up. It's them. And you already know it's going to be another hour-long venting session. They never ask, "Do you have time to talk?" They assume you're available. Worse, when you share something painful from your life, they quickly pivot. "Oh, that sucks, but let me tell you what I'm going through." One day you realize you become a battery they keep draining, never recharging. That's not friendship. That's emotional vampirism. Time to unplug. Now we meet the backstabber. They smile to your face, but talk behind your back. They act loyal until there's something to gain. They'll share your secrets, mock your pain, and twist your words when it benefits them. The worst part? They'll deny it. They'll gaslight you. They'll say, "I would never do that." But your gut knows the truth. How to spot them. They gossip with you about others, so they're probably gossiping about you too. They always play the victim when caught. You catch inconsistencies in their stories. A friend who betrays your trust isn't a friend at all. They're a lesson, a warning, not someone to keep around. You confide in your friend about something deeply personal, maybe a breakup or a financial problem. A week later, another friend asks you, "Hey, are you okay? I heard about what happened." Your heart drops. You know exactly who leaked it. But when confronted, they act shocked. "What? No. I only told one person and they promised not to say anything." Deflection, denial, blame shifting, these aren't accidents. They're habits. A real friend guards your name in rooms you're not in. A backstabber sharpens their knife the moment you turn around. Then we have the control freak. This is the friend who wants to run your life like a remote control. They always have an opinion. They decide who you should talk to, where you should go, what you should post. And if you dare to disagree, they guilt trip you. Suddenly, you're selfish or changed or acting distant. Truth is, they don't love you. They love controlling you. And when you stop obeying, they stop being friendly. Warning signs. They get mad when you say no. They try to isolate you from others. They make you feel guilty for having boundaries. Real friends support your independence. They don't manipulate it. Say goodbye to the puppet masters. Ever had a friend who throws a tantrum because you hung out with someone else? Or posts cryptic statuses about fake friends the moment you set boundaries? Control freaks hate freedom, especially yours. If they can't control your choices, they'll try to control your emotions. Guilt, silence, passive aggression. They don't want a friend. They want a follower. Break the leash. Last, but definitely not least, the user. You know this type. This is the friend who suddenly remembers you when their car breaks down, when they need a ride to the airport, when rent is due and they're short, or when they need someone to listen to them complain about their life for 2 hours straight. But when the roles are reversed, when you're the one in need, silence. Now they're too busy, too tired, too overwhelmed, suddenly unreachable. It's funny, isn't it? How quickly they forget the times you've shown up for them. The nights you stayed on the phone just to help them get through a breakup. The money you lent without ever asking for it back. The job lead you shared. The event you supported. The emotional labor you gave. Freely, because that's what friends do. But to them, you're not a friend. You're a convenience. They don't value your presence. They exploit your kindness. And what's worse, they wear a mask of affection so well that you start to question yourself. Maybe I'm being too sensitive. Maybe they really are just busy. But deep down, you know the truth. If someone wanted to be there for you, they would be. Look out for the signs. They only reach out when they want something. They ghost you the moment they get what they need. They never ask how you're doing unless it's a gateway to ask for help. You feel emotionally drained after every interaction. Saying no turns them cold, distant, or passive-aggressive. This isn't friendship. This is emotional freeloading. You're not a bank. You're not a therapist. You're not their personal assistant. You're a human being, and you deserve reciprocity. You've been generous, patient, understanding, but they mistake your compassion for weakness. They test your limits, not realizing that one day you'll stop picking up the phone. And when you finally do, the guilt trip begins. Suddenly, you're the selfish one. You've changed. You're acting different. No, you've just stopped allowing yourself to be used. And here's the part that hurts the most. They were never really your friend. Not in the way you were to them. Friendship isn't a transaction. It's not about keeping score, but it is about balance. You helped them move houses, watched their pets, promoted their new business, lended money without hesitation, and when you needed a ride to the doctor or someone to just listen, they didn't even return your text. The only time your phone lights up with their name is when they're in need. Never when you're in pain. In the moment you set a boundary, suddenly they play the victim. But boundaries aren't cruelty, they're clarity. And here's the truth. You can love people from a distance. You can hope the best for them, wish them growth, and still choose to walk away. Letting go doesn't make you heartless. It makes you free. If you recognize someone in this description, don't sweep that red flag under the rug. Pay attention. Protect your peace. Because every time you say yes to someone who drains you, you say no to your own well-being. You deserve better, you always have. So be brave enough to let go of one-sided friendships. Make room for the people who show up, who check in, who love you without needing a reason. Choose people who clap when you win, who show up not just in your sunshine but in your storms. People who give as much as they take, who bring peace, not pressure. Because at the end of the day, your circle should feel like home, not a battlefield. If this video spoke to you, please tap that like button, hit subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And above all, protect your energy. It's not just valuable, it's priceless.